Cybersecurity has become a major issue for small organizations handling protected information. Information security rules in and out of the military have a long history in the U.S. To date, these rules have tended to be specific to a given segment of the economy. In 2013, an executive order was enacted to provide a basic level of cybersecurity to all aspects of the critical infrastructure of the U.S. While the healthcare and financial industries have a long history of information security regulation, many other important areas are largely unmanaged. It is instructive to note that in 2015, almost 3/4 of recorded attacks involved some combination of HIPAA and/or cybersecurity. In February of 2014, the National Institute of Standards and Technology issued the Cybersecurity Framework. While initially voluntary, the Cybersecurity Framework guidelines have been rapidly adopted by regulators in a number of industries. There are 7 steps in the cybersecurity guidelines. These are very similar to the NIST guidelines for HIPAA, GLIBA, and FISMA. The first 3 steps should be done annually or whenever significant changes happen in the organization. Cybersecurity begins with identifying the data to be secured. Step 2 in the cybersecurity framework is locating the data to be protected, and then determining the importance of that data to the organization. High-value data typically includes medical data, financial data, and security and operating data. Under the Cybersecurity Framework guidelines, recommended security controls for high-value information include physical, technical, and administrative precautions. Similar recommendations exist for HIPAA, GLIBA, FISMA, and other regulated communities, although details may vary. Any combination of administrative policies, physical and technical procedures, hardware, and software is referred to as a safeguard. The next 4 steps in the Cybersecurity Framework guidelines will typically be done more than once in an annual cycle. Ideally, the combination of risk assessment, gap analysis, and corrective action would be done quarterly. Risk assessment is key to risk management, with NIST 800-30 and ISO 27001 the most common risk assessment protocols. While there are other compliance systems such as COBIT-5, CCS, and ISA, unless you are already using an alternate system, your best choices are NIST if you are US-based, and NIST or ISO if you are international. The first risk assessment will tend to be poor, mostly due to lack of documentation. It is not enough to enact safeguards. They must be documented and tracked to be effective. The desired safeguards under the NIST protocols for high-value data are clearly identified for cybersecurity and under HIPAA guidelines. Safeguards for low-value data are much more uncertain. The online ACR2 risk assessment software has the capability to prioritize safeguards based on their impact on overall risk scores. With the addition of resource and cost information, the gap report can be used to generate an action plan. Following the creation of an action plan, safeguards can be implemented in a timely and cost-effective manner. Following implementation of a new set of safeguards, the risk assessment can be repeated and the cycle begin again. Over time, risk assessments should improve. As more resources are applied to cybersecurity issues, risks will approach acceptable levels. Smart spending is more important than high spending. For more information, go to the website or contact one of the individuals shown.